Hi, everybody. It's Pastor Lillard at St. Andrew. I always try to learn. I hope I show that every once in a while. I hope that I show that I try to evolve. It doesn't matter how old I am or how old you are. There are always things we can refine and learn from. We make mistakes and hopefully we learn from them. But also know our tendencies and perhaps maybe head them off at the pass and make good choices, if you will. The preamble is because yesterday, on Wednesday, today's Thursday, when I'm taping this, that the person who asked people to do devotions, I was talking to another colleague, and the person came in and said, well, will you do a devotion this week? I think it's your turn. And I thought, it's the week of Christmas. There's a lot to do. There's a sermon to prepare and get ready for, and the building, and make sure that everything is clean, shiny, and bright and orderly. And want to make sure that Christmas is at home and make sure the presents are there and all the things happen with my dear family. And so you begin, at least I did, I began to think of a couple of reasons why it would be really good if somebody else did it. So could somebody else do it? Was in my mind. It didn't come out my mouth. And I don't know if your eyes go to your right or your left when you're accessing your creative mind, but I think it's to the left, but that's where my eyes went in thinking, well, how could I give an excuse that sounds good and right, not only to the person I was talking to, but to myself? Because self, you are a pastor. You draw breath to love your family, and you draw breath to tell people about the love of Jesus. And you don't have time to do a devotion right before Christmas? Of course I do. But my inclination was, I was too busy doing other things. And I don't know about you, but there are times when a lot of invitational things happen to us, even conversations, or you want to go out, or you want to do this, you want to go out to eat, you want to do this, that, or the other thing, and our first thought many times is, I'm too busy. I'm too busy doing what? And then we have to prioritize. I mean, the people who wake up early in the morning and they work out and they're walking or they're running and it's 5:30 in the morning, I'm not quite sure that is the optimum time for them, but they don't want to be too busy to exercise. Or think about all the different conversations you've had with people. I know for myself in my ministry, I have appointments and I have meetings and things on my calendar, but most of the wonderful, God-inspired, holy moments happen that they weren't on the calendar. I just happened upon someone. And they needed to talk. They needed someone to listen. They needed a kind ear. They needed a shoulder, if you will, to lean on, and there it was. And what happens if I connote through my nonverbals or through my verbal that I just don't have time? The most cherished people to me that I come upon, and they're busy. They have a lot of things to do. They're married, they have kids, they have jobs, they do important things. But when I see them, I know they truly care when they just sit for a moment and they listen and they settle in and they are with me. This season, especially, with all the hubbub, with all the revelry, with all the merriment and all the fanfare and all the things tugging at us. But isn't that almost always? May our first thought not be, I'm too busy. May we instead think about how we can just find a sliver of time and care to give the person we're in front of, beside, along with in life. Or just a sliver, a moment of time to rebuild ourselves. Too busy. Maybe we're not too busy. Maybe whatever we come upon in our life is exactly what we're supposed to do. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. Enjoy.